What's good, Ravens fans? It's your boy Jason, and today I want to talk about Lamar Jackson. I saw this video posted by the Baltimore Ravens talking about the year that Lamar Jackson is going to have, and I thought it was important to talk about it myself. So I want to show the clip to you guys first, so we're on the same page. Not the full clip, because the full clip is long. You can go watch it on their channel, but I want to get you guys on the same page as me. So let's play the clip.
Well, first of all, I think Lamar's going to have a huge season. I think that the contract, having that done, is just a weight lifted off of his shoulders, off of everyone's shoulders. It's not something to talk about anymore. So, you just get that done, and I think that's going to make everything better. And so I think that Lamar is going to have a really good season, and I think that it's going to rival what he did in 2019. So where will he take those strides? I think it's going to be with the passing game as a whole. I think his running numbers will come down a little bit.
That's too broad.
Hold on. I think I think that his running numbers will come down. I think that this will be a season where he doesn't rush for over 1,000 yards.
Okay.
I think that his passing numbers will take a jump. And so where does he see that growth in passing? Because if you're getting mad here before I even have finished my answer.
Specifics. You're just filibustering.
No.
Hit me with some specifics.
I think where he will see make some big strides this year, I really think it's going to be in the downfield passing attack.
Deep
passing game.
Okay.
I just think that's an area over the past few years where there's been opportunities. At times, the Ravens have had injuries that have limited them from a deep passing attack. There's been so much attention on the running game and on the tight ends. And I think that you need the weapons to push the ball deep. I think the Ravens have the weapons with Odell Beckham Jr., with Zay Flowers, with Rashad Bateman. And I think that they have the play caller in Todd Monken, that he's going to scheme up ways to try to hit some deep shots.
And so basically those guys over there were talking about Lamar Jackson improving on last season, not taking the jump, because of course he is already at one of the top levels when it comes to the game, but actually improving on a season that wasn't a down season overall when you look at wins, but in terms of explosive plays, in terms of being that MVP form, it was a down season technically. And so I'm going to say some reasons why I do think Lamar will take that next step and become, again, in the MVP conversation again, and stay in the MVP conversation, right? The problem hasn't been for Lamar that he is not in the MVP conversation, because at the beginning of last year, he definitely was. The problem is, how can you stay in the MVP conversation throughout the entire season? So the first reason I think he'll be in the MVP conversation is that he will have improved passing, because the scheme will be improved to throw the ball. If you look at people like Chris Sims and other quarterbacks, they say that the scheme is also holding down Lamar Jackson. It's not just Lamar Jackson's throwing ability, it's the scheme as well. And with that, the scheme will be improved. The scheme is a scheme that will take players and put them in position to make plays, right? Again, a player like Devin Duvernay was the best receiver we had last season, but didn't get the ball in space enough. And I'm not just talking about things like screens. I'm talking about things where you have a sweep, and he's in that sweep, he's one-on-one with the quarterback. I think that's a play that you can give to him and he can make something happen. I was calling last season for us to use him similar to how the San Francisco 49ers used Deebo Samuel. However, we never really got to that point. I think we'll see more of that. I think we'll see more of Bateman running crisp routes, giving him a chance to work one-on-one. And of course, OBJ in those situations where either he can get the ball and running across the middle, or show those beautiful hands he has up and down the sideline. So I think that's one big thing. Another big thing I think that Lamar has that he didn't have last season is the personnel, right? Again, scheme is one thing. And they say it's not about the X's and the O's, it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And now we got some Jimmies and Joes that can absolutely play. We've done things on this team that we had never done before. We don't just have good receivers now. We have a glut of high quality receivers. The last time we had two starter caliber receivers, so either receivers that could be number 1 and 2 in the league, the last time we had that was Anquan Bolden and Torrey Smith, right? The last time we had receivers who could go to other teams and start on other teams. Last season, We didn't have one receiver that could do that. Now, again, we have, of course, OBJ, who even when he came off an injury, he was the second best receiver for the Rams, right? And had a great season when he started to get healthy. So he's definitely a number 1 or number 2 receiver. We do think there'll be players that will take steps, and that's the big thing. I do think Bateman will take a step and be a number 2 quality receiver at least. That's the big thing. We don't need to be number 1 quality at the beginning of the season, but you do have to be able to be number 2 quality. Zay Flowers, what is he? If he comes in and he's a number 2 receiver, you're looking great. You are looking beautiful. You have 3 receivers who are able to step in and fill a giant role. Then when you go down the line, you have real competition at the wide receiver position, and you have receivers that can easily step up. Of course, the receiver Nelson Aguilar, he can easily be a number 3 receiver in this league, right? That's not asking a lot for a person of his caliber. And in this league, he's been a number 2, right? So these are things that when we talk about the improvement in the Jimmies and the Joes, it's going to be light years better. Of course, we know how great the tight end position is and the running back position is, and contracts there that are friendly to the team, especially at the running back position. It's just going to be an amazing thing, I think, with the Jimmies and the Joes, and improved play at that position, a receiver specifically, is going to help Lamar Jackson along with a great scheme. And lastly, it's Lamar Jackson, man. He just wants to play and he wants to win. And I think that he'll have renewed vigor, not because of the contract, because I think that's overrated, but I do think that he likes to prove people wrong. And now that the Ravens are 100% behind him financially, that the team, the city is 100% behind him financially, all his energy is going to be focused on proving the haters wrong. And I really do think that's going to make a big jump. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think this will be a better year? And do you think Lamar Jackson has a chance to win MVP? Please subscribe, like, share the channel. We are here for you guys, and we are continuing to grow. So thank you guys so much. Go Ravens.